Hey everybody, welcome to Outside the Screen. It's your boy John, and I say it's your boy John carefully because it's my very first premiere video. Rolling the dice to see how it goes. Outside the Screen, what's up with the name? I have, I'm tuning into YouTube, I'm checking around, I'm seeing what's going on for D&D. I see a ton of awesome material for how to be a better DM, a better storyteller, more creative. What are the best resources online? The sense of community regarding that is amazing. I wanted to actually tap into the perspective of what it's like to be a player. So what does it mean on the other side of the screen, on the outside of the DM screen? So that's where I'm going with that. A little bit about myself. I started playing D&D about over a year ago, just a little bit. So I'm new. I'm a newbie, still learning. Every session, learning new things, becoming increasingly more confident, but definitely loving the progress so far. On a weekly basis right now, I'm a part of 4 games. I actually just signed on to a 5th game that's going to be each Sunday, and that's pretty exciting. The cool thing about that is it's all local people in my community, but we're going to be rocking on Roll20, so it'll be my second online group. So my first one's on Saturdays, and then I got one on Sundays. So it's going to be really fun to do a comparison between those two and kind of talk about that. The purpose of this channel, again, talk about the perspective of the player. So bringing my experiences to the table. The purpose of this channel, truthfully, is to really promote the discussion surrounding that. In terms of, hey, this happened during this session, I thought it was cool, and here's why. What are your guys' favorite WoW moments? Is there something that I said that was like, oh, dude, that's kind of lame, or that's really awesome? So kind of just spurring that conversation. I'm super passionate about D&D. I can talk about it forever. It's super fun. And in the back of my mind, I want to DM a session someday. I'm just really soaking up those sun rays right now as a player, observing, kind of checking out what each DM is doing. What do I like? What don't I like? Which is very slim to none, to be honest with you right now. I'm liking a lot of things. So there's a lot of good stuff going on. So with that, the channel again serves for kind of a recap of session minutes. I love to share highlights and talk about each of my characters and tell you about that. And also just to kind of get into topics. I love topic shows. I'm not a stranger to YouTubes, so if you guys are at all interested and like comic books, totally check out my channel, A Comic Book Look. I rock it with my friend Tom, and it's a wonderful, wonderful, good time. We've been doing it, over 6 years now. So this is kind of a new venture for me, a new vein of fandom, and I'm really excited about it. Questions that I'm gonna throw out right away. If you guys have any recommendations at all whatsoever for sweet online resources I should be checking out, channels, if there's anybody that would be up for doing a joint show that you're doing something about D&D, this is 2017. That's what they make, Google Hangouts for. I almost said Skype. What? Google Hangouts, any of those platforms would be just fine. I would love to collaborate, talk shop, get people's opinions, information. It's all about learning. It's all about shaking hands and networking. So I'm super excited about it. How can you reach me? So my email's kind of goofy. It's outsidethescreenplz@gmail.com. So outside the screen, please. Going over my characters super quick here. I'll kind of give you the lowdown on that. My very first character I'm not actively playing right now. So that was my druid, whose name is Cecil. Cecil's amazing, flamboyant, fun, colorful character. Likes to roll ab checks on surrounding male NPCs. Interesting thing about Cecil is that he has both been banished from the group for in-character reasons, and then also died recently, and then came back through a revival ceremony, which was one of the craziest moments ever, and I'll gladly go into more of that on a future episode for sure. Just a really fun character to play. Up next, I got my ninja, and that is Basil. Basil's cool, kind of a calm cat. He is the black and white version of a human, and we kind of had to convert that a little bit. So we took the game from Pathfinder to 5e. I'm doing a really bad job of explaining this, but we took the game from Pathfinder to 5e. So he's keeping a lot of his cool properties, but we're like, hey, let's put him into the monk class, which is cool. So I actually got a lot of the same stuff, which is nice. And I'm still kind of like reacquainting myself with that character. So working on that. Up next, I have Greaves. So that's in my Wednesday night game. Greaves is a half-elf, a half-elf ranger. And this is funny because he's dual wielding and he gets a little bloodthirsty sometimes. So he has two short swords that he names after, female NPCs in the game for absolutely no reason whatsoever. And then when he ever misses an attack, he yells at the one sword or the other, like, get it together, Tabitha, or whatever. So Tabitha is primary hand, Trilena is secondary hand, and it's a lot of fun. He also has a longbow that he names, but that one seems to be kind of in flux for what the names are. Up next, in one of my online games, I'm playing an elf rogue, wood elf rogue. Marbles is his name, so he's a lot of fun. Just kind of a strange cat, kind of, quiet, reserved, looking at the rest of the group like, huh. And we can talk about that later because it's kind of funny. That kind of mirrors kind of the element of like my experience as a player in that group, because like everybody's super cool, but I'm so used to the interpersonal piece that online is different for me. And I'm going to go into a whole different spiel on a whole different video on that because it's a cool topic to talk about, and definitely seeking the advice from you guys, the viewers. Gosh, who else do I got? In my game I just joined, coming up, I'm going to be playing a spellcaster of some sort. Formerly haven't really done a lot of that. So I'm going to be making one of those. Finally, I have Stubbs, who is my hill dwarf. And the only reason I'm laughing is that this guy is hilarious because he likes to distract, he likes to braid his beard, he's as glamorous as he possibly can be. And this story is so funny because it takes place in a very dark, perverse version of Disney's Jungle Book. We just got the character sheet for Blue. It's a lot of fun. And that is pretty much, in hindsight, my week. If would I join more than 5 games? No. With Cecil, the first character I told you about, I did recently do kind of a guest appearance with my members of my original group, and that was a lot of fun. I think that, there might be more of that down the road, and that's totally cool. I'm happy to do that. And I'm loving it, you guys, like just building that experience, getting out there, meeting new people in the community, online or local. It's a lot of fun. So anyways, that is my overall nutshell of who I am as a player. If you guys have topics that you want me to chop it up about, let me know. So pick my brain and let me pick yours in exchange, because I am all about learning and finding out, just fun things, fun party ideas, anything of the sort. It's all about keeping good company, having a good time, and telling a good story. With that, I'm going to close it down. But, it's funny. I have this call sign for my other series that I do, and I don't have it for this one yet, but I'm going to work on that. So anyways, you guys have an excellent weekend coming up. I sure am. I got games on Saturday and Sunday, and I will recap those. And definitely send me that feedback, outsidethescreenplz@gmail.com. Don't be a stranger. Bye.